Hey everyone, in this video we are going to see about asyncawait in JavaScript. Asyncawait is a syntax introduced in JavaScript to work with promises and also to improve the readability of asynchronous code. Basically, this asyncawait allows you to write the asynchronous code which looks and behaves like a synchronous code. Let's see with example how to use this asyncawait to handle promises. Here I have a promise code which is using this fetch function. Basically, this fetch function is going to return as a promise. We are getting the data using this .end function and we are handling the errors using this .catch. This is a normal promise approach, how we handle data and errors as well. Now let us see how we can rewrite the same logic using async and await. For that, first we need to know how to write an async function. It is very simple. Usually we have our function like this with this function keyword. After this we will be having our function name, then our logics. So the only thing you need to do is you need to have this async keyword in front of this function. So automatically this function is going to be converted as async function. Now you can see if I hover this function name, it is going to tell me that this is going to return promise. If I remove this async, then it won't show that promise, because by default if you use this async keyword, it will be expecting that it is going to return promise. Okay, so and one more thing we are using this async is like, if we mention async here, then only we will be able to use the await keyword inside our function. Okay, here I'm going to do the same logic as I said. I'm going to copy this API call that we are making, and whenever we have a statement which is going to take some time to process and return data, okay, wherever a process is going to take a time, there we need to use this await keyword in front of that process. Okay, so I have mentioned this await here. As I said earlier, if I remove this async, then it is going to give an error on await that this function is not async function. So it is always recommended to have this async whenever we are using this await. Okay, here we have collected the response, right? So first I'm going to store this response in a variable. So I'm creating a response variable and I'm storing whatever value we are getting in this. And in the second step, you can see we are converting that response to JSON. Again, we are going to do the same here. So for that, I'm going to declare a new variable. And in this new variable, I'm going to do that JSON conversion. Again, for this, I'm going to use that await keyword. We can have n number of await inside each async function. It is not like we can only have only one await or two await. You can have as many awaits as you want as per the logic that you are building. Okay, and you can see here we have handled error using this .catch, but with async await that .catch is not available. So how we can handle errors with async await is like, we need to use a try catch block. So basically we need to move all our business logic to this try block, and we are going to receive an error. If something bad happens, then we are going to receive the errors inside this catch block. So we can receive this errors here. This is the code. Like, we have converted this promise based approach to this async await based approach. Now you can see this code is more readable than the above one. So this is the main reason why we are using this async await. And also, while you read this code, it looks like it is executing in a synchronous manner, but actually it is executing in asynchronous manner only. But the code will give you a feel that it is executing in a synchronous manner. Okay, now let us run and see how this works. For that, we need to call this getData function, because inside this only we are having all our logics, right? So let's run and check how the value is getting returned. I'm going to log this getData function so that we will get the value. If I run this, see, we are getting two objects. Basically, one is from this promise and the other is from this the getData approach. Let's comment the promise code now so that we will concentrate on this async await part. I'm going to log this getData function because I'm already logging the data here. So if I run this file, we are going to get pending first, because for some time it is fetching the data, right? It don't have the data. After some time only it is receiving the data. So once we receive the data is getting logged here. This is how we can write async await using promises. I hope you clearly understood this asyncawait concept. Thanks for watching.